Today, we're loading up all the toys onto the ferry. We're heading across the island for 4th of July camping. That's right, the best time of the year has arrived. So we're going to take all the toys, load them on, and get heading on over. All right, guys, the boat looks a little bit larger on the ground here, but as you can see, we're loaded down. The next thing we got to do is load it up onto the ferry. We've got a new camper with us as well. This is called the Overnighter, so it's split into a half sleeping cab, and we've got a place to put our dirt bikes, four-wheeler, and everything. So this is going to be awesome for this weekend because I don't have to make multiple trips with a camper and all the toys. It's got a pretty sweet interior, so we're going to check that out when we arrive and get set up. And then pulling this, we got the Raptor R. This thing's got 702 horsepower, absolutely insane beast, and we're probably going to take it off-roading, so stay tuned for that. But guys, let's get running and load this thing onto the ferry because it leads in 5 minutes. So here we go. Let's fire this thing up, and it sounds pretty crazy. 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, baby, V8. This is the Cobra motor straight out of the Mustang, so this is gonna be pretty sweet. All right, let's load this thing on. We gotta leave enough space for the boat and then the truck that's pulling that, so let's try and steer to the left here. We've rented out the ferry for the entire day. This is the high-speed ferry too. It does 70 miles per hour, and you may not believe me, but just wait till we get underway because it's gonna be pretty crazy. Anyhow, first setup is on. Let's get the boat and truck, and then we'll be ready to roll and set sail on the high-speed ferry. But before we do, let's do a little bit of a check. I think everything on the trailer looks good. Yeah, we got everything set correctly. Again, we're bringing the 53 Sueños HCB with quad 600s. So we'll have a lot of fun on the water as well. A little bit of mix of everything for this trip. So, all right, let's get in the truck. Got the 450 here. This thing sounds pretty good, but it doesn't sound like a V8. So it's a diesel. Let's load it on. This is the ultimate tow vehicle for this boat. I feel like we can't go to any other truck than the 450. It's got the perfect amount of power. And there you go. We got the perfect amount of space for this setup as well. All right, now that we've got everything loaded up, it's all turned off. We're going to go ahead and set sail here. So there we go. Lower the barrier. We have to sit in the truck as we go. So we are going maybe 10 miles until we arrive at our destination. We got a little bit of a drive, not far, maybe 5 minutes up the hill. And then we have our own custom campsite just for this trip. So it's going to be pretty crazy. Like I've said 10 times, I'm super excited to get the boat on the water, kind of do some off-roading with the four-wheeler. Lots in store, but another thing we got here that's crazy is the boat is getting underway. It's going to be moving fast here. We're going to sit on the large boat, but as you guys can see, we're moving at like 60 miles per hour. The boat's trying to hang on. They put a massive motor in this thing. Here we go. We're steering towards the island. As you can see, it splits off from the mainland right through there. There's a little passageway. Oh yeah, this is super nice because we don't have to take like an hour to get across the island. It's so fast. And I think we're pulling up. Here we go. That was a matter of minutes. And look at this. We'll call it Freedom Island for the 4th of July. They've got some flags out for us to greet us at the ferry dock. Pretty nice. We're going to take the Raptor up first, and then we'll come back for the boat and truck right next to us. That way we can keep everything pretty organized. We need to get set up at camp first. That's the game plan, and then we can do some boating. So we've arrived. Let's fire this beast up. There we go. Get a little bit of a rev, and we're off. Look at that. That was so nice. Okay, so game plan, guys. Head up this hill. This is the route we take. It's a custom route, and what I mean by that is this is our own private ferry dock, so no one else is going to be arriving at this island, or at least they shouldn't, or we'll have to scare them off. But all right, we take a left turn here, kind of cruise through. This is a super nice island. The vegetation on it, you know, the trees and everything looks pretty nice. We've got somebody that maintains it. We've got our own piece of land up on the left, so we'll be taking a turn to this sweet lot where everything's built out. We'll be able to park everything up. It'll be secure, and it's also got an oceanfront view, so that's where we're going to be able to see the water, which is great for the 4th of July, but we're not exactly on the water. You'll see in a second. Here we go. We're pulling up to the right, and there it is. We'll call it Freedom Hill. How about that? We got flags all greeting us, and look at this. We have arrived, boys. Welcome to the next 3 days of 4th of July camping. Okay, so we have a lot more space than other campsites we've had in the past, so we're just going to park this right here as close to the grill as possible. We're going to be eating a lot, and we've got a pool because we don't really have anywhere to swim besides the ocean, but there's sharks in there, so we'll save that for later. Anyhow, we got a nice spot to park the boat up too. We got a little boat parking spot. We got a nice little hedge to separate it so we don't see the boat, but yeah, it looks good. And look at this. We got a floating duck here. Very nice. All right, guys. Well, we got the first setup here. Let's go back to the dock. We're going to grab the boat and the other truck we've got, bring it on over, and then we can officially set up camp for 4th of July. Okay, guys, we got the boat here. Now, if we should go in the ocean and drive it around, hit the thumbs up button, and then if we get enough likes, we'll go take it for a spin today. There we go. Crank it. I think this is our turn. Yep. And if you guys actually missed out on this video last year, you should subscribe too, because we do it every year. This is, I think, our 4th annual 4th of July camping trip. Could be the 5th. So it's been going on for quite some time here, but the vehicles keep getting much better every single year. And I would say this year's are really good. So I'm excited to get the boat on the water. If we can hit 1,000 likes. Here we go. Let's spin it around, guys. We'll get it parked up in the boat parking area. Man, this thing is big. I guess kind of good we have our own designated parking for this thing. All right. So we can leave this here until we're ready to go boating. So, okay, let's swing around. We're going to unload the dirt bikes and then the 4-wheeler we've got on the back of the overnighter. We're also going to check that thing out. You guys haven't seen the interior, so let's get the straps undone right there. Okay, we need to get the ramps down, though. Hold on. All right, ramps are deployed. So we got the first dirt bike. Let's get it off the kickstand thing here. All right, so we get the Kawasaki KLXs, the most reliable dirt bike I've ever drove. The Yamahas at the shop, they're a little bit too fast. We're not going crazy this weekend in speed. Besides the boat, we're obviously going to go fast on that. But, you know, the dirt bikes, we're going to take it kind of chill. We don't need anything from our motocross shop. So, yeah, these things will work great. They're fast. They're still got like 50 mile per hour speed, so that'll be good for the trails. And we got an Outlander Can-Am. I don't think we detailed this too much. And we got a little Yeti cooler on the back, so we can take this thing down to the marina when we go boating later. But, all right, we got everything unloaded, so that's good. So we want to go rip anything, we're good. Let's check out the inside of the camper here. I'll show you. You got 2 doors. You got one on the side, but I like to use this door by the toolbox. And it's nice we brought a toolbox too, because if the boat has any issues, we'll be able to fix it. All right, stepping in, we've got a nice queen size bed. Might be a twin. It says queen on the description, but it is a good size. We got a dual refrigerator, so everything's gonna be staying cold before we throw it on the grill. And that's nice. And we got a nice little cooktop in here, but we got the grill, microwave, sink, window. You can see the boat out there. Check that out. Very cool. That thing looks like a beast. And then we've got a nice tub shower. Pretty cool. All right, so that's good for sleeping or overnight arrangements. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take this thing for a little rip here in I think a minute. Kind of check out the surrounding areas before we get heading on over and having some fun. But yeah, we got a nice little fire pit area. We got a barbecue station out here too, and we got a little swing bench. So yeah, should be pretty awesome, guys. The Raptor's looking good. Let's jump on the Outlander. I want to go explore. That's the dirt bike. Let's try that again. The Outlander. Here we go. We got some beverages in the cooler, so we'll be good. But we need to go scout out how we launch the boat. I know there's a ramp nearby, but we need to confirm that before we get everything taken down there and there's no way to launch it. So let's head on down to the marina. I heard this is an island known for fishing, so there's probably a lot of fishing boats down there. A lot of the 4th of July boaters actually boat around this area, so we might see some other boats on the water. We'll just have to keep our eyes open. But yeah, there's some trails to the left there, and if you head down this path, it leads you to direct access to the marina. So this works out good, and we don't have to go far. There's some rocks over there, and then here is the boat marina. There's a cargo ship out there. Got some boats down there, and then check this out. This is the ramp, I would assume. Yeah, I would say this is it. This will work good. Oh, look at that. Perfect slope to launch the boat. We won't have any problems, but we got a nice dock too with some freedom flags on it. Yeah, we should be good. I think we're gonna head up back, cook some lunch. It's still a little early to go boating, so we'll be able to launch the boat and enjoy the whole afternoon on that thing before we come back for the night. But yeah, let's go cook some lunch, and then we'll bring the boat on down here and get this thing launched. Shortcut. Yee, boys. Oh my gosh, look at this beast. It's got stiff suspension. Oh, I'm just kidding. That thing actually absorbed all the shock perfectly. All right, guys, so I'm gonna throw some chicken on the grill. We're doing steaks later, so we're trying to mix it up. But yeah, once we cook that, we'll be heading on out, and we'll be taking the boat down to the marina. That was a good lunch. All right, guys, I am good for the afternoon. I'm fueled up, and I think the boat's fueled up too. So, oh, wait a minute. We gotta check that. I don't know if it's got fuel in it. Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. The center tank's at 10%. Okay, well, that's all right. There is a fuel station actually on land. We're gonna swing the boat by there, fuel it up, and then we can launch it. But that's good we checked, or else we would have been running out of fuel this weekend. That would have not been good, since we don't have anybody with us to tow us back. So, all right, well, we'll go to the fuel station, fuel up real quick, and then we can hit the water. I just really want to get this thing in the water for the weekend because it does take some time. And then we got to get the trailer back up here and get it docked up down there would be good too. So we're swinging on over to the gas station. I'll see you guys when we're there. We'll fuel this thing up with some marine fuel, and I'll be heading out. All right, just now passing the boat ramp. So just down here, I found out there's a fuel station. So this should work out good. It's got good fuel too. We don't want to put any dirty fuel in the boat. That would cause some fuel filter issues. So let's get this thing. I don't know how we're going to do this. This is a large boat. I think we're going to have to back it in. Fuel fills are in the center. So yeah, let's do that. There is fuel fills on both sides of the station, so let's back it in. There we go. We are about 70 feet long overall, so we gotta make sure we do things right here. All right, straight back. Looks good. And right about there should be close enough. Remember, the lines aren't that long at the gas stations in person versus the marine ones. They've got some 50-foot hoses, so we're gonna put, oh, they've only got 92, 95. We'll do 92. That's fine. We'll fuel it up. We get fuel fills right here. This is the first one, and then second one's on this side, so we might have to spin it, but we only need to fill the center. All right, guys, I'm gonna get fueled up here, and we'll see how much it takes. All right, what's a 4th of July trip without some fuel prices? We just spent $4,500. That's right, 900 gallons of fuel at $5 a gallon. That's crazy. 4,500 bucks, and yeah, that's all right. We're gonna spend it all. We're gonna burn every single drop of fuel in this boat this weekend. So we fueled it up all the way to the top. But yeah, guys, everything's ready to roll. Systems are go. Fuel is full. Let's launch this thing and see how it does on the water. And I do have to say, it is a nice day for some boating. I mean, look at the skies. Blue skies, the sun's out, and the water is calm. So should be perfect. Let's get this thing situated here. There we are. Crank it around and straight back down the ramp. This truck is a beast, guys. We were having no power problems at all. This thing is just backing this thing up. No problem. But okay, that should be good. I think we might have to keep it on a bit of an incline so the motors are in the water, and then we'll back it off the trailer. It is a little bit of a smaller boat ramp, so we're going to put it right there. We're going to put the parking brake on the truck, fire up the boat. Engines are in the water, and there we go. They're running. So let's back this thing off. There we are, right off the trailer, making a little bit of a wake. All right, perfect. Let's thrust her to the left here. There we go. So we are off the trailer. We're in the water. We're floating. We're not sinking. That's good. I put the hull plug in. So now next thing we need to do is antennas need to go up, so we got some communications there, and then I think that's it. Everything else should be good. Let's get this thing docked up here. We're going to swing it around. This one's going to be docked on the outside, bowed in, because it's a little shallow around the ramp. So we're going to go ahead, dock it up right here. This should be good. Very good. The boat is docked. Let's get the trailer out of the water and check it out. I did make the speakers red. Isn't that pretty cool? We did some pretty crazy colors for the seats on this one, but I think it'll be good for this weekend. Man, that thing's a beast. Okay, we're going to take it for a spin. Let's get the trailer out first. All right, trailer's out, boys. Let's go take this thing for a spin. The start of 4th of July boating / camping, but mainly boating because it's more fun, boys. Here we go. Boat's running again. Let's get this thing spinned up on top end speed. I think we're going to try and hit 70 today. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but yeah, because we're full fuel, it's not going to be really possible. I think we'll be able to get 65, maybe 63 miles per hour since we're full of fuel, but towards the end of the trip, we'll be light on fuel, making the boat go faster. We got the radar spinning up top. As you can see, the boat's doing good. Now we're just going to cruise around to this little cove area. I want to show you guys this cool spot we've got. There's a little shipwreck around the corner. We're going to check that out, see what's going on with that. Maybe it's fully submerged, but we like to kind of cruise out there and go back. So that's our destination for today. Maybe we'll find a nice beach spot. And then also straight ahead, you guys can see that's an oil rig. So people obviously drill oil out there. We're going to try and race out to there and see if there's anything. Sometimes there's fish near those for some reason. So we might cruise out to that and see if we can find anything. Maybe throw in a line of fishing or something. All right, I'll see you guys when we get towards the shipwreck, and then we'll head out into the ocean. That may look close, but that is 5 miles offshore. So we have a little bit of a run to get out to that next up. So see you guys when we get to the shipwreck. Here we are pulling into the cove. So it looks like I can still see the top of the mast of the sailboat there. This thing has been abandoned for 150 years. I wonder if we should go buy it and check it out. Usually we buy abandoned stuff. That's how we made all of our money, by finding gold. Maybe there'll be some gold in there. We'll have to wait and see, but let's drive up to it. We're still moving about 55. We're going to start slowing down here though. I like to kind of cruise around it and see if anything's going on, but it looks like it's still the same up on the rocks there. Yep, that is an old sailboat. I kind of want to go dive, but it's almost like submerged into the sand. As you can see, part of it's kind of digging into the sand. You can kind of see it's starting to submerge itself into the sand. So we need to go check that out ASAP and see if we can find any gold. So yeah, pretty cool for those that haven't seen it. But guys, next up, we're heading towards the second boating destination, the oil facility. So we're going to go see what's around there. Oh, there's a boat out on the water. What is this? Is this a cruise ship? Oh, it's a tugboat. Oh, look at this. We're going to cruise right off this bow there. There we go. We're going about 60. He's going about 15. All right, we're running pretty hot here. We're doing 64 miles per hour. So we're wide open. We're trying to burn off some fuel. We're burning 135 gallons of fuel an hour. So yeah, we should go through it pretty quick. But here we are. We're chasing out to the oil facility. I think there's a landing pad on it. So if there's ever a helicopter, that's how they get dropped off. We're getting close. So let's see if we can raise up the motors a little bit. Look at this. This is a pretty small one though. Kind of looks abandoned. I don't see anybody here. Maybe it's because of the holiday. Yeah, probably no one's working today, but that's destination 2. I think we head on back to the campground, guys, and get some off-roading done for the weekend. And we got to do everything. So I'll see you guys back at the marina, and you guys can see my dock job. job. It's sometimes is good and it's sometimes bad, so we'll have to judge when we get back. All right, we're coming back into port here. We are moving fast. So we need to find the boat ramp. Where is it at? I think it's just off our starboard here. Yep, there it is. Start cranking it over, boys. I spotted it from the American flags. Okay, boys, the dock job is here for you to judge. So we're actually going to dock it in the center. We're going to back it in. We're going to see what we can do. So this is a pretty tight maneuvering. Ready? Look at this. I got to go ahead and make sure I don't hit the front dock, and then we're going to back it into the center. Tell me how I do. Here we go. Straight back. Line it up. That's what I always do. Thruster to the right. All right, we actually don't have any issues here. Look at that. Come on, nobody can do it better than me. And we've arrived. Okay, no scratches. Let's go ahead and tie this thing up real quick. There we go. And we've made it back. The boat looks good. The colors in full force, the American flags as well. And look at those motors, man. Looks like a bomb pop. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna take the truck back up to the campsite. We're gonna leave the boat here because we're going boating tomorrow, but I want to take maybe the dirt bike for a little spin around the island. There's some trails we got to check out, so we're gonna head back up, guys, and cook some dinner, and then we'll take a nice sunset cruise on the four-wheeler or the dirt bike. Probably the dirt bike. All right, the boat hauler has made it back, guys, so let's go throw some dinner on. We might jump in the pool while we wait for that to cook. Looks like everything's prepped, so we're throwing on 2 tomahawk steaks, and then we've got some sausages, so should be enough for me. We're supposed to have some friends join, but they decided to not have as much fun. They wanted to go real camping, or we wanted to do some boating, so that's all right. Steaks are on the grill. We'll have to flip it a few times, but here we go, boys. Let's jump in. Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna eat dinner, guys, and we'll see you when the sun is setting. We'll be able to cruise around the island and have a nice view of the sky. All right, guys, dinner was served and it was good. So the sun is just about to set. As you guys can see, it's almost over the horizon there. And we're going to jump on one of the dirt bikes. Why not? We need to have some fun. Rip these things around before we go boating because we're boating all day tomorrow. So here we go, boys. Let's rip it up. Oh, gosh. Not into the rocks. Hold on. I need a helmet. There we go. That's a little better. So now we're going to go on the trails. Let's see where this thing takes us. But the sun is just barely shining through all the trees, as you can see. But I want to go up to the top point of this hill and see if we can see the sunset from up here. So that'd be a good view to watch. Right over the water too. I need to find some water. Here we go. Pop a wheelie. Oh, well, I forgot. When you pop a wheelie, you lose steering, especially on a dirt bike. Look at this thing. Oh gosh, this thing really just tails to the left. But all right, where are we going? Top of this hill. This is actually a pretty good view. Can we see the water? Ah, we can't. Okay, let's try the hill up to the left here. I think this might be the one. Ah, this is perfect. Look, you can see the sun, the water, and everything. And it's actually perfectly mowed up here, or the grass just doesn't grow. But oh my gosh, this view is perfect. All right, well, we're gonna wait for the sun to set and see what it looks like. There we go. The sun is setting, guys. It was an amazing 4th of July camping trip, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Remember, we want to keep coming back for more holiday camping videos, so make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.